We are down in the basement today. It's a nice sunny day. Got some wind out there going. We'll take a look at the wind turbine. It's putting out some energy here today. Not a lot, but some. I've seen it go up to 10 here in the gust. Then we'll go next door here to the solar array. About 15 amps right now. Partial sunny outside. I've seen this over to 35 amps. Okay, looking at almost 20 amps, and that's from the solar array. And it would be more, but as you can see here, the battery bank is not requiring it. That's the overall voltage on all the batteries, and right at 20 amps. We got full sun. Now if I pull some power, I can see that climb up to, well, 30. I've actually seen it just a little over 30 amps. And back up here to, these are the batteries. And the cutoff switch. Desulfator. Xantrak charge controller. And we also, with the sun today, we've got the solar thermal heat pump running, heating up the water in the big tank and heating up the water in the solar tank. So that's all looking pretty good today. Okay, these are some of the QSL cards from around the world. I've got quite a few of these things. I just put a few here on the wall where I had room to set some. And this is what I've converted the massage room into. Is now the ham shack. That's all the rigs, including the computer to control the 6-meter repeater, which is now down here, right here, with a right there in that cabinet. It's a 6-meter repeater. And powering that, I don't know if you can see it or not, but under the dog station there, they're back in the back there. You can't see them, but under that radio mounted there, there's some batteries on the floor that are charged from the solar array on the roof. Just part of what they do. Okay, the HF rigs, the Yaesu FT101EE, and the Tempo. Okay, we're outside by the street. Got the new charging station put up here. Makes it a lot easier. Goes over to the electric car, plugged in today. Okay, showing the 3 solar panels. Now the 3 I'm talking about are the 2 that are on the upper roof and the 1 that is beside the 2 solar thermal panels. Those are 200 watt electric panels. Okay, this is a look at the propane station. There's 3 100-pound propane bottles there. I'll show you what I'm using on the other side of the house. You may recall seeing from an earlier update, I had some 100-pound bottles on this side of the house. Well, I've replaced them with two 100-gallon propane tanks. My idea about propane is, as long as you have it on site, you're off grid. We're in the backyard, and I've laid out a new growing area on the right side of the greenhouse this year, which actually matches up with the one on the left. Now, I haven't put any dirt in this yet, but this is a little place where I'm going to be putting some, I don't know, some carrots and maybe radishes and a few things. Go past the greenhouse, you'll see the other side over here has been raked out, and I'm going to be putting my cucumbers and some tomato plants and maybe some spinach out here this year. I'll go inside the greenhouse here, and it's kind of a mess in here still, but getting ready for it. Now, this whole bin here has been planted in lettuce. This is just a leaf lettuce, and it grows very quickly. It's a Simpson type of lettuce. And over here, on top here, I have onions coming up. So that whole bin there has been planted with the early onions. Down below, I've planted that with potatoes already this year. So it's going to be starting to vine here before long. I don't have anything else in here just yet, but I'll be working on it I'll be working on it here before too long, as the weather permits. And here we got some onions popping through the ground. And actually they're coming up all over the place. If you take a look here, there's some there, some there. Just starting up through the ground right there. Now that's almost right on top of the ground. That hasn't been buried very deep at all. But they will grow and root themselves in. Here's one right here. Still got the old, here we go. And you can see right at the end of my finger, that's lettuce. It's just starting to come up. And that's all from, that's what I've planted in this entire bin. And I only planted it like 3 days ago, and already it's starting to show signs of life. That's pretty fast. That whole thing there is lettuce. Okay, still haven't put anything down here in this bin yet. I do have some manure waiting to be spread out and worked into the ground this year.